Hello everybody, this is Joey from the Juiced Cannabis channel here on YouTube. What I'm going to do now is take these plants and take cuttings off them. These are the plants that survived the treatment to get rid of spider mites. And you can see they are luscious and green and very clear of any blemish on all the leaves. There's a little damage right here. But these are really healthy, lush plants, and I'm looking to take cuttings off these plants now, and I want your review and your input as I go through the process of taking the cuttings, and let me know what other things that you do that I'm not doing, because this is all new to me. Let's go to the cutting table. And here we are. I brought those plants from the vegetative grow chamber there with the fluorescent lights, and I brought them out here to the kitchen. And what I plan to do is take cuttings and prepare them to be rooted. You know, I might be doing things wrong, because what I'm going to do is copy what I've been doing with this Swedish ivy. I've had the same Swedish ivy for 18 years or something, and there's just thousands of them everywhere. I make cuttings of that, and I'm on my way to juicing these leaves so that I can experience the anti-inflammatory effects of the CBD. Juice the leaves and drink the juice so that I'm consuming the cannabis in a non-psychoactive form in a high enough dosage that the anti-inflammatory effects are going to help my neck and my back. The purpose of this video is to make cuttings. So what I'm going to do, what I did with the Swedish ivy over here, is I would take a cutting, a nice healthy, here we'll go back 3-4 nodes back, and I'll take a cutting of the Swedish ivy, and then I'll go and I'll clean off the leaves down below here. So I've got this is left. This way there's not so much surface area that's going to dry the whole thing out. And once I've got this cleaned out properly, then I leave this sit for 20 minutes to a half an hour, sometimes 2 or 3 hours, and I just leave that sit. And what happens is the end here, all of the damaged areas grow a callus over top of all those damaged areas, and it's undifferentiated cell types that can really root fast. So if you let this sit long enough on the table, then it'll root faster than if I was to take it immediately from a wet state like this and put it into a rooting solution. And so I'm going to do the same thing with these plants. I'm going to take cuttings off, I'm going to trim off the extra leaves, and I'm going to throw them on the counter for 2 hours. I'm going to set a timer, and after 2 hours I'm going to come back and I'm going to dip them in a root stimulator, and then I'm going to put them into small blocks of rock wool. Let's start off with God Bud. Pardon the blasphemy. This is God. That's a very credible sounding name, so I'm thinking this might be a fairly potent plant. And you can see here that it's almost like a self-flowering plant. It's almost going into flowering already. And so I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 or 5 really deep, meaty, juicy. I'm going to take the biggest, longest ones I can, 4 or 5 of those, and then I'll clean off the leaves, and I'm going to collect up all these leaves, and this evening I'm going to juice them and add them with some carrot juice, and that's going to be my evening cup of tea, as it were. The next one we have here is Perps. Purple something or other. If I look at Perps, I've got some pretty nice, soft, thick stem with lots of branches. So I may take only 2 or 3 really long, deep cuttings off perps. Oh, there's some longer, thinner ones down here. So I'm going to trim off a lot of leaves off this. The next one we have here is Afghani. This next one here is GD, female. I don't know what GD is, but GD has only 2 or 3 cuttings, and then they're wispy, small things. So there's 3 cuttings here. Okay, here's the Afghani after the haircut. The plant looks cut back pretty seriously, but the plant will recover. I'm going to take some cuttings off of these girls over here too. Alright, here we are with 8 of the God, 7 of the Afghani. And if I look at God and Afghani, they're cut up pretty good. Here we have the GD female something or other, and this one, which is called perps. So I'm going to take a couple really big ones off perps, and that should be enough cuttings for today. Alright, I took 4 of the perps. Purple, I don't know what it is, purple something or other. So these plants, I didn't take any cuttings off this GD female. I'll let that be the next mystery. And this one, I really took a lot of cuttings off this Afghani. So there's all the cuttings I need.